Having a consistent frame for learning, then, is a process of understanding the concepts and the ideas that we bring to the professional role. And we can translate this clearly in terms of a theory in use. A theory in use is basically what we bring as professionals to the profession in terms of how we explore our concepts and ideas, how we develop our concepts and ideas. And this relates to the reflective practitioner in terms of having a schema for the theory and how it's applied. Or in other words, the application and the applicability of the theory into action. A theory in action, then, is a set of assumptions about interconnected propositions that we have. Or in other words, it's the subject in relation to the theory. For example, we can say, well, in a particular situation, for example, situation S, if we want to achieve a certain outcome, a consequence C, and we have certain assumptions, assumption A1, A2, and A3, then we need to undertake a particular action, action A. And it's through this framing of theory, or in other words, theory in use, that we use as reflective practitioners. And this theory in use, this schema, becomes a way that we can explain and understand situations and begin to make predictions about the experiences that we have, and also then to begin to take control of the experiences that we're having. This is described very clearly in the literature, theory in use, by a number of writers. And it's really about explaining how, as people, we have existing concepts and ideas about people and about the world, and how these determine how we interact with the world, and certainly in the classroom with the students that we work with. And in a way, this is therefore a way for teachers to become, or for reflective practitioners to become much more aware of their role and their professionalism. And it's very easy to hold on to theories in use and therefore to become blind to problems that might exist. And therefore, the reflective practitioner needs to be looking at the theories in use and the assumptions which guide that theory in use in terms of how the reflective practitioner is interacting with students in the classroom. And this is not something which is just relevant to the teaching profession. All professionals will have theories in use. For example, architects will have a particular, or any particular architect will have a particular perception about how buildings should look or how buildings should function. And doctors will have a particular viewpoint, a particular theory about how to work with patients. And so really, theories in use are a way for us to get what we want as professionals. It's a way for us to construct reality through our frames of perception and therefore frames of learning. And this can be described in terms of a number of general characteristics. For example, there are variables that we bring to our understanding of the world which will impact on how we perceive. Variables like gender, about social economic status, etc. And there are strategies that we use in terms of interacting with the world. And again, these will be different for different people. So these general characteristics have an impacting factor on theory in use. And the important thing to do as a reflective practitioner then is to question these theories in use through the why questions we've been exploring. A chain of why questions will actually lead the reflective practitioner through challenging water to the point where we are looking at our frames for learning, looking at our theories in use, and actually testing them to find out how effective we're actually being with them. And the requirements for this then, from the reflective practitioner, is a process of being very honest and open, being committed to a process of discovery about the profession and about our own role within the profession. It's also about being very clear and open with other professionals in terms of this exploration, and also looking at how we are giving validity to that exploration and that understanding, so that we are able to develop an aptitude for reframing our perception of experience.